So today is a little story, folks, about how sometimes you have to adapt your tactics or your communication style to different audiences. So being a nurse in my previous life, I had so many people ask me if I was gay. And well, I'm not even going to tell you, you could work that one out as we go along. But so many people used to ask me if I was gay, and I thought that's a hell of a presupposition to make just because I'm a nurse. And another thing that interested me, it's one of the very few professions as a guy, if you say I'm a nurse, so many people say, oh, you're a male nurse. Oh, thank you for pointing that out, as though I didn't know. You wouldn't say, oh, you're a female secretary, or you're well, in any other profession. You ask me, think of any other profession and where do you get the urge to say, oh, you're a male, whatever it is that you do. Like nursing seemed to attract it. So in the end, I had a philosophy, and it's called, I never justify myself to ignorance. So anyone that used to ask me whether I was gay, I used to put my hand on top of theirs and I would ask them, are you making me an offer? Is this an invite? And it was incredible how many people felt instantly uncomfortable with that. And it made me laugh. Most people got the funny side eventually. But I once went traveling in America. I was traveling around, I was going through Montana. And I went to some back end place in the middle of nowhere. It was all woodcutters, about 90% woodcutters in this place. And I walked in this bar and there was a guy there. I hadn't even told him I was a nurse, I just told him. He says, oh, where have you been? And I listed about 10 places that I'd just come from in America in my little tour. And one of them was San Francisco. And he said, oh, you came from San Francisco, you must be gay. And I made the mistake of putting my hand on his and saying, you're making me an offer. Realising swiftly that this was a guy that probably had a gun on the back of his truck. And it took a hell of a lot to defuse that. In fact, the only thing that defused that was the fact that I'd had a conversation with 3 other woodcutters just before locals, before I got in, and I'd gotten like a house on fire, and they came and diffused the situation for me. But the lesson of this video is that know your audience, folks, because tried and tested tactics in your own backyard will not necessarily have the same result when you take them abroad.